Yes, do it ahead of time so there's no problems. You see my hands there?
A very good evening, everybody. This is Gold Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David. It's a bit gloomy here tonight, but we've had a glorious sunny morning. Again, it was like summer, except the temperature. It's still 18 degrees, though. I think it got up to 19. I didn't check it at its full. The bar is 1033, so it's really hanging in there, although it's down a couple from this morning. Variable northeast, about 4 or 5 knots, hardly anything, and now it's 85% cloud cover. So pretty decent day here. Lots of wind on the outside, though. We'll be talking to Kumo shortly, and Kumo and Shandon are certainly going to be experiencing some weather. So we'll get to them after I talk to Sika, because Sika has got much more pleasant weather and is certainly doing some good progress. Just a little bit of news. Denmark, for those Danes that are out there, just as well you are out there, because your retirement age in Denmark is going to rise to 70. So that's pretty spectacular. Denmark indexes the retirement age to life expectancy. So on the one hand, the good news is that they're living longer, but on the other hand, they have to work longer. But it's just going up by steps. It's currently at 67, you can retire, and then at 2030 it's 68, 35 at 69, and by 2040 it will be up to 70, unless everyone starts dying off a bit quicker.
Because of hard work.
For hard work. Well, isn't Denmark one of the happiest places in the world? Maybe they won't be too happy now. Certainly Harvard University is not too happy. A quarter of the student body at Harvard is foreign students. There's 6,800 of them in Massachusetts there. But the White House has now banned, or Mr. Trump has banned Harvard from enrolling foreign students. So that's created a furore. But the White House has criticised Harvard and other elite schools, actually, as being hotbeds of liberalism and anti-Semitism.
That's right.
I actually thought universities were meant to be hotbeds of liberalism, but I thought that was a good thing. But never mind.
No,
they're all rushing around trying to find slots in America, but 6,800 students is going to be a difficult job, isn't it? Okay, well, everyone settle down now. Let's go to Sika Gulf Harbour. Oh, I haven't got very good copy on you tonight, Peter. Let me see. I'm just wondering. Just give us another call and tell us your position, and then I'll see if anyone can copy. Over. Yep, no, because of the distortion, I think I got 2-3 degrees, but that was what you had yesterday, and I suspect that has changed. So I'm going to see if anybody listening, and we don't have many on at the moment because everyone's got to where they're going, and the next lot haven't taken off. Is anybody able to copy Sika? Please call now. Okay, we can't copy you, Peter, but hopefully you can copy us. And if you could just listen up, David has some weather for you.
Yeah, hello, Peter. Yeah, things are fine right now for you. It looks like southeast 15 to 20, by Monday 10 to 15, still out of the southeast. However, I think you need to think about getting in by the 27th, 27, because the winds are going to shift. There is a depression in the western Tasman. A frontal band runs up the east side of Australia, and the winds in Bundaberg are going to be about 20 to 25 knots out of the north-northwest. So not too good of a direction for you, I don't think. So that is what it looks like for the 27th. And with that, I'll give it back to the chief.
Yeah, after we finish with Kumo and I'll read Shandon's position and David handles that weather, we will get back to you and just try and work it out a bit more. So just hang in there for a little bit. We'll see what happens later, Peter. Okay, I'm going to give the Shandon position first. It is the 4 o'clock position, 24 degrees 38 south and 17753 east. Still heading magnetic north and speed is 7.7 knots. East 22 and all is well on board. So we'll now see where Kumo is. Kumo, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, this is Kumo. How do you copy, over?
Yeah, good copy, David. I'm relieved to know. Go ahead, over.
Okay, our position is 2506 south, 17805 east. Roger so far?
Yeah, good copy. 2506 south, 17805 east. I had a feeling that you would get past Shandon, but go ahead, over.
Okay, we, in the last hour, have increased up to a fairly steady 27 to 30, gusting up to 35. Winds coming from the east, a little bit of north in it, still northeast. We're making 8 knots on a course of 355.
Hello? Yes, so David has definitely has some weather for you. So you're on a course of 355, I assume true course at 8 knots, and the wind is 27 to 30, gusting 35 from the east with a little bit of north in it. That's interesting because when I've been following you on the AIS today, it was just steady from the southeast. So much for the GFS. I'll pass the microphone.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised that the wind is doing some shifting. It depends on the downflow from a lot of those very large clouds that you're in. So, yeah, you are definitely in an area of heavy cloud and quite a very good chance of thunderstorms for the rest of today and for tomorrow as well. In fact, as you head further north, it really gets worse. So the winds that you've got today is about what you're going to have tomorrow, I'm afraid. Over.
Yep. That was going to be the case, over.
Right. So, yeah, you're well, you're not too far from Minerva, I suppose. So I'm not sure what your plan is. Are you going to continue heading north, or are you going to try to get into Minerva? Over.
Oh,
Missed that. Try again.
I'm going to continue heading north unless you give me some nightmare scenarios that I'm not seeing.
Okay. All right. Continue heading north. All righty. Well, we'll.
Unless you've got some scenarios.
Yeah. Well, there's no. I don't have any scenarios. I guess if it were us, we would just slow down and not beat the boat up too much. I don't imagine the crew feels too good in those conditions as well. So for us, and we're older, I think we would just keep the boat slow, continue heading in the direction that you want to go, but just keep the speed down and
try and make it comfortable.
Yeah, try to be comfortable. That's about all that we could suggest. Over.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're not picking you up. You're cutting in and out. It might just be a microphone finger problem, but could you repeat that, David, over?
Yes, we are of the same thinking. Probably going to put the storm jet up here and roll in the furler and just half a down a bit for the night.
Yep, it's no point in trying to be dramatic with the speed. That's for sure. When the conditions are like that, what's the sea doing at the moment? Over.
Yeah, it's as Lindsay says, coming over the top of the boat. But I think what you want to hear is it's about a 3-meter swell with a breaking top on it. Over.
Yeah, well, that sort of indicates that it would be good just to slow down a bit, wouldn't it? And it will certainly make it easier for people tonight for sleeping. So, it's just going to be like this for a while. You guys are on the outside. We're enjoying the placid air down here, of course, but being on the outside, it's of this really big high, as they say, over 10:30. The going gets dirty.
3.5 meters.
3.5 meters forecast, in fact. So that's what you've got already, and it'll just sort of be continuous with that wind. So good luck there. Have the bags handy. One hand for you and one hand for the boat, everybody. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow night. So stay safe. Over.
Okay, thanks so much for your help. And good on. So, good morning.
Okay, so they're off to get the storm jib up. I will see if I can just get a Roger from Colfie. Colfie, could you give me a Roger if you are still in Minerva? Still in Minerva, over. Yep, I suspect that was a Roger. Another distorted signal. You and Sika should trade notes on that one. Is there anybody else wanting to call in before I pass the microphone to the weather update? Okay, here's David.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and I really hope you listened to yesterday's broadcast, as today is much the same in the entire Southwest Pacific. So let's look at Sunday's forecast tomorrow. And we'll start with the strong high, now over New Zealand, pretty much over us, but moving slightly east. Well, it is moving. And tomorrow, it will lie near 38 south and 172 west. That's 38 by 172. And it's maintaining its pressure, 1037 millibar, 1037. This is a very, very powerful mountain of air, and it is going to bring very strong winds to the tropics and on the way to the tropics. Our quasi-stationary front that we talked about yesterday is still active, and the part that interests us runs from 21 south and 170 east to 21 south and 160 west. So you can see it's almost a straight line west to east. Anyhow, it's bringing thunderstorms, it's bringing rain, plenty of showers. Another surprise is in store for us. There is another front. It's an active trough rather than a front that runs from Tuvalu, goes down to Futuna, onto Niue, then connects with our frontal band at around 170 west. Now, all of this affects the weather for Fiji and certainly Tonga. For Fiji, today through tomorrow, you could expect easterlies 20 to 25 knots, poor visibility, in areas of heavy rain and showers. More or less the same thing for Monday. East to southeast 20 to 25 knots, and gusts to 30 or so. Now, the worst of the weather is for the Minervas and Tonga. Tonga Met has issued gale warnings for Vava'u, the Hapais, Tongatapu, and Tonga and Tokala. And guess what? That's Tongan for North and South Minerva. So east to southeast 15 to 25 knots, gusting to damaging gale force winds 30 to 40 knots. And as you can see, that's not very far from where Como is at the moment. So also rough to very rough seas up to 3 to 4 meters. And we already have reports of 3. The forecast is 3.5. And the Tongan forecast is 3 to 4. Anyway, poor visibility in areas of heavy rain and thunderstorms. So that's all, folks, for now. So over to the chief and see what else she has.
Absolutely nothing from me. I'm just looking at the AIS bigger picture, and certainly there's not too many people moving around in the island at the moment. Surprise, surprise. So is there anybody wanting to make contact? Please call. Seeker, go ahead. I actually got the seeker, so we might be able to work out something, Peter. Try again with your position, over.
Our position, Patricia, is 2355 south, 15721 east.
Got that. Don't know what you've done, but I got it. So 2355 south and 15721 east. Carry on.
Roger. Virtually no wind. It's been a very smooth walk today. We are close on the road of 2652. We're probably doing 25 on the map because we've cut the engine to talk to you. And I guess we've got about 90% cover. No cumulus, just at a further status, I guess. And those miles is about 240 miles long. We will begin on the 26th.
Oh, good timing, because I think you would have heard David say get in by the 27 when those winds back. So no wind, glassy seas, and motoring on a course of 265 true at 5 knots with 90% cloud cover. Nothing serious in the way of cumulus thunderclouds. All well on board, and 240 miles to go. So you'll be in on the 26th. Excellent timing. So actually not too bad. Sounds like from what David said that you will get some wind tomorrow. But anyway, you've got the engine if need be. Back to you, Peter. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, it's certainly, you are readable now. There's still a little well, what's the word? At the background, there is a bit of the problem, but I can certainly copy you now. So that is interesting. So, yeah, we had a problem with interference from a new masthead light that we put on one time, wiped out the VHF actually. And we also had to turn off the AIS when we wanted to use the radio. And we stopped using air marine wind generators for a similar reason. Boy, I tell you what, it's really hard to work out sometimes what the distortion or problem is with a radio. Okay, well, it's obviously noisy, but very nice out there in the glassy seas at the moment. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow, Peter. Have a good night. Over.
Okay, thanks for that, and have a great night too, and thanks for
Yep, cheers. And I'm glad I got your position because your AAS is still not functioning. Okay, that's it from us, folks. Have a very good evening. It's going to be another good day here tomorrow. I think in America it's the Memorial Weekend, so anybody wanting to talk to a business in America is going to have to wait a few days because it is Memorial Weekend over there. And we've got our long weekend the following weekend. It's King's birthday weekend, and I think this weekend is bank holiday weekend in England. So it's sort of that time of the year for long weekends.
The bank holiday.
Well, they call it a bank holiday. I think it's just a holiday. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night. We're clear if anyone wants the frequency.